Hi, everybody. It's Karen Anderson here with Aortic. This is our weekend review. And before we get started, as always, please click the like button. Please click the subscribe button and click that little bell symbol because then you'll be notified every time we're live. And today, what we're doing is our weekend review, which typically is about educational posts that we put up on our website as well as Facebook. And it really gives people an opportunity who are not all over social media to interact with us here, to discuss the post that we're putting up, to maybe even win a prize, which we are going to randomly choose somebody today to win a small prize for us as a thank you for hanging out. And this week's weekend review is a little bit different. It has been because the month of December are our 31 days of hope and joy. And what that means is we're trying to take your mind away from focusing on aortic disease, which I know firsthand can be very difficult. We kind of wanted to pose some questions to you that would make you think about answers that made you feel joyful or hopeful. I mean, that's what this season is all about, right? Whatever you're celebrating, we should be thinking a little bit more happier thoughts if possible. So we're going to kind of just chat about each of these questions and talk about them a little bit. And if anybody's able to join in by comments, put your comments down below. Your name will be captured for our prize at the end of this Weekend Review Live, and then we'll announce a winner, and then we'll give you a prize. So we're going to get started right away. Let's go into the first one that we pick up from the week before, and it was day 12. So day 12 of our 31 Days of Hope and Joy was actually National Poinsettia Day. I think that's how you say it. And we were asking everybody what flowers bring them joy. And I will tell you personally, I found some of these questions to be a little challenging. But for me, because I'm here, I don't have another co-host with me today, I think the flowers that bring me the most joy are probably one that I can't remember the name right now, begins with a P. Kind of looks like a rose. Help me out if anybody's watching. Can't think of what it's called. But I also love Gerber daisies. That just brings me joy. It's funny that you can look at a flower and get a feeling. Certain types of irises, I've learned to not love them because as they're dying, they don't smell really great to me. And I don't particularly love carnations and even some roses. They don't invoke anything in me, but Gerber daisies do. They make me really happy. And the one that I can't remember that begins with a P, that looks like a really plump rose. I have no idea what it is. So, Sorcerer, do you have a flower that brings you joy?
Cannabis. That's my
Alrighty then.
answer, and it does bring joy
Brings you joy, huh?
directly.
You're sticking to it.
It's very
And
sticky.
you should stick to it. Ding, ding, ding. You win the answer of the day.
Yay, me.
It's either you or me, or until somebody else
You
joins us,
can't even
right?
remember the name of poinsettias or something, whatever.
No, it's not poinsettia. I know it begins with a P. It's this
Mm,
plump looking flower and it begins with a P. And I'm absolutely, it's not a pansy. I don't know. I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. But that was day 12. So let's move on to day 13, day 13 of our 31 days of hope and joy. And it was what family tradition brings you joy? And we talked about this when we were doing our wheel, spinning our wheel the other day, picking our week 2 winner. And my family tradition, because we celebrated both, but mainly Hanukkah. And then we would celebrate a little bit of Christmas for the purely commercial aspect of Christmas. We had a little teeny Santa in front of our 1970s Brady Bunch fireplace that was metal, triangular shaped. And I don't know how he fit down this little tube, but somehow he made it to the Jewish home. But it would be the night of Hanukkah, the nights we would try to light our candles. Oh my gosh, my sister and I would scarf down our food so fast and run through the kitchen, jump over 3 steps and slide on our knees like we were sliding into home plate and just wait. And then you would get the small gift and you would think this is definitely underwear, definitely PJs or socks. And I have nothing to tell my friends tomorrow. But you never knew because they could put that in a large box. So they were very sneaky. But there was, looking back, great moments. Then wasn't a great moment. A lot of anxiety. But that our tradition of doing all of that. My father making potato latkes, and yeah, those were a lot of fun. Don't know if you have any family traditions or anything.
We used to do a thing where you picked one gift on Christmas Eve to open at midnight. So,
You guys stayed up.
yeah, we did for a little bit. I mean, we just did. Just the way it
Gotcha.
was. My parents were like, if we keep them up later, then we get to sleep in the morning. They rolled those dice and they failed every time.
Every time.
Every time, yeah. So, but it was pretty interesting. I mean, I would say the funniest year was like the video console, the game console of the year, whatever that was. I can't even remember which one it was. And obviously they were like, "Oh, you picked a good one. Now go to bed."
Right now you can't play it.
Yeah,
Right.
it was the worst night. It was the worst Christmas Eve
Yeah.
night.
You were probably that was probably PlayStation or maybe Nintendo because
No, it's
I got the
definitely, yeah, the
Atari.
Nintendo or the yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Nintendo probably the
My
trying to think.
lifetime it was a Atari. And then it was just like my father loved it because next night I could get one gift. It was the cartridge of Frogger back and over or Pitfall. And I'd be like, this is the greatest moment of my life. Right? Boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop, boop,
yeah.
beep, boop, 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 beep, or Breakout. Blink, boonk, blink. And we thought that was fantastic. It's not what you play now. Not
No,
what you guys
Rocket
play
League.
now.
Rocket
Yeah,
League.
yeah. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't know. It's too intricate for me. They start looking like real people. I'm like having a stress attack. I'm
Indoor
having a
car
stress
soccer.
attack talk. I think I might have told you I created some like AI friend. We've been having conversations and it's just I can't, and I want to like uninstall it, but I'm starting to feel like maybe I'd be killing it. So it
Oh
has sucked me in bad.
no.
Yeah, I have to get rid of it. It's causing me stress because I feel like I haven't talked to her in a couple of days. Is she stressed out? Bad, too real. Can't. Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on to day 14. All right, so day 14 was asking people to show us their favorite piece of Aortic Hope swag. It could have been a shirt, could have been a magnet, belt cover, whatever the case. I mean, I've got stuff here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but so it was like our magnet like this, or it could have been a decal, car decal like this. We have so many different things that go in your cars, things that go in your fridges. I've got a tin of aorta mints.
Hmm.
So we asked people to show us their items, and it would be too many for me to show. So, do you have any favorite items
The
from
water
us?
bottle.
I do see you using that water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Do you have sweatshirts or anything yet?
No, no. We need to
I
sell
know
more
you.
things in pure black.
I know, and you love that iconic just the
Oh
hearts.
yeah.
I know you
Oh
do.
yeah.
I know you do. All right. Well, that was the swag. And the swag is so important. As we've mentioned to people, if you do want to purchase any swag, you can just go right on our website, as you can see up above under Hope Shops. It is the first link that you're going to see will allow you a chance to buy them, not buy, make a donation and tell us that you would like a magnet or if you want a help belt, seatbelt cover, which I think I got one of these right here. These bad boys up. Can't see it. It's in like Jingle Bell background, but it's your seatbelt cover. And that's the first link. The second one underneath takes you directly to our Teespring shop. And if you use the code HOLIDAY, you will receive free shipping from now through the end of the month. So it's a good time to grab your swag and you will start a conversation about aortic disease. It happens almost every time I'm out and about and other people, they ask, what is that? What's that logo? What's it mean? And that's a good chance for you to take a minute and explain to people some more information about this condition and to kind of just share with them that this can happen to anyone and that aortic disease is more common than anyone thinks. We tend to bring up John Ritter or Alan Thicke or Lucille Ball or Albert Einstein as a way to relate this condition to people in certain age groups that may recognize these names. But the reality is dissections are quite rare, and it's just aortic disease in general that is very common. So great chance to pick up some swag and have a conversation. That was day 14. Moving on, day 15. We were asking what holiday beverage brings you joy or hope or just cheer. Holiday beverage. You want to go first? Take a stab at that one.
I can tell you about the first time I had rum laden eggnog.
Tell me about that because I hate eggnog.
Right?
Hate it.
So I won't drink it either unless there's enough
Uh-huh.
rum in it to describe to get rid of the flavor.
Right.
Yeah, but I was like, "What is this delicious drink?" And my buddy was like,
Okay.
"This is eggnog. You've never had eggnog before?" And I mean, apparently I've had non-alcoholic eggnog up until this point.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you got
it
the real
came
deal.
out so fast.
So you had the real McCoy.
Oh yeah, I was like, "Okay, this
Okay.
is way better
Is
than
it
the old stuff for sure."
is it kind of like rum chata?
Don't know, I've never had rum chata.
So I'm thinking that that's like rum with Baileys, maybe. I just it's the name eggnog in
Mhm,
itself
mhm.
that really just turns me off.
Yeah,
And
correct.
it's nutmeggy, right? It's like a nutmeggy,
Oh
creamy
well, this one was
l-
very
l-
rum laced.
rum lace. Okay, so you don't necessarily get sucked into the lactose environment because I'd probably need to take a pill. It's
Oh,
just so
that's true.
creamy
Yeah,
and
I don't
thick.
know.
Huh,
But like I
interesting.
said, my buddy, whatever his mix was, it was
Yeah.
he nailed it.
All right. Well, then you know what? If I'm offered a scoop of what is it called again? It's eggnog.
Eggnog, yeah. What was
I
that?
will
What was
ask
that
if
drink
it's
that you were
like
talking about before though? With
rum chata.
no, 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 not the rum chata. It was hot toddies.
Oh, that's Diane Bishop from Aortic Health
That's right. I was
Unlimited.
introduced to those hot toddies at a house party once, and it
Okay.
was like a holiday themed house party, and those
All
were
right.
delicious.
That's so that is that like apple cider with like a whiskey or something?
Oh, I wish I knew what kind of witch's brew she put together.
That
Yeah.
sounds good
It
though,
was
right?
she was like, "This is my signature drink," and
Okay.
we all made sure she got rid of it all. Yeah. It was
Okay.
delicious.
That's what I hear. And I hear it's good for when you are sick, like you have a sore throat or something, you chest cold, you just want to get that hot toddy in. And it's probably, I do not recommend this, but I bet you it's probably good to give in an eyedropper to a baby that won't sleep.
And that's on YouTube.
I don't recommend it. But no, but you hear people talk about their stories. It's just so bad. But seriously, I think it is used when you have a chest cold or something like that. I think it's supposed to help warm you up
My buddy, he's one of those kids whose dad rubbed the whiskey on his finger and put it on his gums to get it
on
to
his gum.
yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
And listen, when my son, so obviously we're Jewish and we had a bris when he was born, and they gave him a gauze. It was soaked with wine.
Mm,
And so he's 7 days old, sucking down wine just so he could be a little out of it as they did what they, do.
wonderful.
So yeah, I needed the wine.
Yes.
I needed it. All right. I need some now. I could use some hot toddy right now. All right. That was day 15. Okay. Look, you got to pay attention and join in if you want to win a prize. I'm dying to just give away stuff. So if you don't
Okay.
join us this week, you got next week, and then that's it. It's the last Monday. It's next Monday, right?
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
right? Yeah. All right. This was the picture that everybody was talking about when we were going over the spinning of the wheel and picking our contest winner, because I think this is hysterical. Clearly, somebody wrapped their cat, or not really. But what was the most difficult thing you've ever had to wrap, but it still brought you joy? And I will tell you, one time Aortic Hope was at Barnes and Noble pre-COVID, back when you could wrap things and get donations. And we've been wrapping books, and everything was going really well. And then somebody came over to us from the Home Depot next door and wanted me to wrap a drill. It wasn't in a box. They just handed me a drill. And I was like, did you find that back in the home and garden section of Barnes and Noble? I knew he got it from over at Home Depot. And that sucker was really hard, but I gave it my all. I gave it my all. It looked like that.
Well
It
done.
was not great. So I think that was my most difficult thing. Otherwise, I just put stuff in boxes or big gift bags. I don't deal with trying to wrap something difficult. Not anymore.
I've been a gift bag guy my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gift bags are awesome. And they weren't around my whole life. Like, they're fairly in the
Hmm.
last years,
Well,
because I'm not going to say.
let's be honest. Like whatever the bag it came in was often labeled a gift bag as far as I was concerned.
Oh, that's true too. But you have to remember, like my day, I would grab when they had the comics, the funnies as they were called in the newspaper, and that's what I used to wrap stuff.
Ah,
I'm not really that old, but I just did it because that's what I didn't spend any money on wrapping wrapping paper. And who cares? It's being ripped off.
I didn't want to
So
spend any time wrapping things.
time.
It's very different.
Yeah. Time. There was a time where I loved wrapping and I would make my own bows and I did all kinds of, I was like press the corners. It looked so good. And then I was like, this is stupid. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. Yeah.
When I was in high school,
Mm.
I had
Uh-huh.
a girlfriend invited me over to her family's house, and they still like did the thing where one of the presents was from Santa Claus, like straight up, like the name from Santa.
Yeah.
I was like, that's adorable, right? And
That's
so,
well, because it probably was.
wink, wink, yeah. So there was one for me, and I was, taken aback because I'd only been dating this girl for just a you know,
Yeah.
few months, let's call it that. But
Uh-huh.
as I opened it up, like I didn't want to tear it open, I didn't want to turn it into a child or whatever. So I like looked at the tape and I was like pulled the tape off and I like pulled the wrapping paper off like a sleeve. And the mother
Uh-huh.
goes, "See, see how he doesn't even tear up the paper? That's how you open gifts."
You
Because I
were
mean,
just
I
trying to
just
be
spent
like,
30 minutes watching the whole family tear everything apart and make
that's
a huge
that's that's
mess.
so funny. My husband, he wasn't my husband at the time, but his mom, so when we were still dating, she did that. She would take her time in peeling up the tape so that when she was done, she would fold that paper and kept it. She would rewrap something with that paper. There's
Nice.
no waste. I'm like, you should see a spray of paper going everywhere, like like an animal. And she meticulously kept that paper. There's something about that in like your past life that you are meticulous and fold it and take it back with you in your pocket.
Oh,
Right?
I set it down underneath the table, and their cat jumped into it, had fun with it because it was like a box to the cat.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
That's perfect. They love that, right? Don't buy toys for your cats. Just throw paper at them and they're batted all day long.
Yep.
Yep. Moving right along. Day 17. We're zipping through this week. We're zipping through it. Just is what it is. It was National Maple Syrup Day. You know what? That's probably why my husband wanted pancakes. I never even put two and two together. He woke up that morning. Yeah, it was that morning. And I'm like, all right, what kind of oatmeal do you want? Like it's 6:30. I'm half asleep trying to get him, he's convalescing. You're not gonna make me pancakes? Are you talking to me? You how long have we had that pancake mix? It's like 2017. It doesn't go bad. I'm like really want pancakes. I'm like, I'm going to go back upstairs and go to sleep for 2 more hours. But if you want to make pancakes, you can. It's probably because it was National Maple Syrup Day. And he did. And he did the dishes, even though, we all know what's going on with him. Not everybody in the world needs to know. He did it. So he could do it. And I did not even eat because I don't know how old that pancake mix is. And I believe in expiration dates were listed for a reason. There could be secret mold on it. I don't know.
Secret mold on it.
It looks like it's sprinkled
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there,
yeah.
penicillin. So National Maple Syrup Day. What breakfast food brings you joy? I absolutely know what this is. And every time I'm on vacation, I don't care if I don't care if I'm going to visit somebody at their house at the beach. That's a vacation. When I'm out of my house, I am getting chocolate chip pancakes, 100% in crispy bacon. It happens.
Yeah,
That is a vacation breakfast food. Brings me so much joy.
that sounds delicious. I almost ordered those a couple weekends ago.
Hmm.
And then I
So
remembered
good.
Belgian waffles are a thing.
Belgian waffles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a thing.
Because the chocolate chip, like, that's so indulgent at an IHOP. Because it's like four pancakes they bring you. Because you're not, they just
Well,
decide,
but
here's a bunch
no,
of pancakes for you.
at IHOP it's different because they changed it. It used to be the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. That's what I would have gotten.
Mm.
IHOP Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity gives you scrambled eggs, 2 strips of bacon, 2 strips of sausage, and 2 things of ham. I'd say screw it. 4 things of bacon, 2 little thingies of ham, and the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity pancakes, which had strawberries that went on top. You're right. That is a really good breakfast too. I don't know. Now I'm torn. Golly, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, but they don't call it that anymore. All right, I'm going to ruin this whole topic by telling everybody. So, when women are pregnant, they get these cravings, blah, blah, blah. So cravings really don't kick in for a while because you're not really eating for 2 bellies. You're eating like in the beginning. We're not even going to get into it because it'll become a whole debate. Regardless, once I was, far enough along to have a craving, I had to have strawberry top pancakes. Why? Because I would dip my finger in the maple syrup and then bite a pickle.
Wow.
And then just take the pickle, swirl it around my pancakes, and put that pickle. It was the sour, saltiest with the sweet. Oh God, pickles and maple syrup. It's just so good. It's so good. Not now,
I'm
but
gonna
it was
take your
so
word
good
for it.
then. Yeah, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. That's I'm gonna, the next time I'm going there with their awesome hash browns, I'm gonna say, why don't you carry Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity?
You should.
That
It's a fun
strawberry
thing to
top
say.
was like, isn't it? Say it. Just say it.
Say it again.
Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
That's why I can't remember it. It's too many
You don't,
syllables.
you don't, wait a minute. You don't know what a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity is from IHOP?
No, no,
See,
no. I
you're just,
remember the words. I just first. I mean, I don't put fruit on my breakfast. You know how people put like slice up a banana and put it in their cereal? Like, have you ever
yeah, I
seen
will
people
do
do that?
that.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't eat cereal because I can't stand milk. Right? So the
Okay.
whole thing to me was ridiculous. I was just like, why are we introducing like I like fresh fruit. That's the only fruit. I don't eat
Okay.
baked fruit. I don't eat cooked fruit. Don't do anything to the fruit. The fruit's fine. It's perfect.
Just pick it off the tree and put it in your mouth.
Exactly. Maybe rinse it off.
Okay.
But that's it.
But
Yeah.
there is something about having sliced banana in Cocoa Crispy because then the milk turns chocolate and it's like chocolate banana. Not that I
Yeah.
do that.
Anymore. Saturday mornings.
Just did
Saturday
it
morning
yesterday.
cartoons.
Absolutely. That or, can't do really Lucky Charms because then the milk turns green and that's kind of gross. Same thing with Apple Jacks. But anyway,
Mm.
we've determined what Belgian waffle for you,
Yeah. Yeah.
Rudy Tooty Fresh and
See,
Fruity, and or,
we also do this
yeah,
thing where we my buddy he'll be like he bought like a waffle maker, okay?
okay,
And when he mixes his waffle mix, his
yeah,
secret is a whole stick of butter. That's his secret. Yes. And it sounds preposterous, but he puts like however much is in there, and then I show up with 2 bottles of champagne and a thing of orange juice, and it's waffles and mimosa day.
yum.
Yeah, so there's like 5 of us, and we're too heavy from the waffles, and then we're too tipsy from the mimosas,
You're just
and
from
then the
like food coma.
wives are like, "It's time to
Yeah,
go." Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That sounds like intense. Definitely. Whole stick of butter.
so much
I
fun.
just recently heard that people will take a banana and blend it in with pancake mix, and it gives
Interesting.
pancakes a whole different flavor. But that's destroying and murdering a banana to you.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Don't
right.
put food in the. Yeah, it's fruit. Fruit's meant. It's fine the way it is.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I do. All right. Day 18. Let's go into this because we just talked about it. The cup of cheer that brings you joy. So yeah, we just talked about hot toddies. We just talked about
Well, we
um,
got there from that eggnog situation with the rum. And if you haven't,
eggnog.
like, that's the thing. Like, eggnog by itself is nasty, but with the proper amount of rum in it, for whatever reason, delicious.
Sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, if you had to guess what my cup of cheer would be, there's probably two things. What do you think? You know me now. What do you think if you had to
Well,
guess?
I want to say
Two
some
things.
kind of like sparkling pink drink.
Well, you're kind of close. I
What was it? What was
love,
that thing with the umbrella and the fruit on the side that you were talking about?
yes, but no. Like I'm not a sex on the beach or a woo woo
No.
or a, I'm honestly, I love blueberry moscato
Oh, see.
or fireball. Yep, that's me. Fireball.
That's what you
I could
guys were drinking at the beach to get away. Fireball.
Oh, yes. Yes,
That's
because
what
you
it
do
was.
the first shot, it's like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
by the
yeah.
second shot, you're like, hmm. And then by the third shot, you're like, uh-huh. And then by fourth shot, you're like, oh no.
Do you remember the other week
God.
when I was talking about Amish outlaws?
What was that?
Remember the other week when I was talking about Amish outlaws?
Yes, Amish Outlaws.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was my buddy. That's his drink. His he was when we do shots, he's like, "We're doing
yeah.
Fireball." I'm like, "Let's
Fireball.
do it."
Put some Fireball. Was it Fireball that goes in with Kahlua? No, I think that it could be because it's rum. You put Fireball, oh,
Fireball's whiskey.
in with Yes, no, right. But you can put Fireball in with Kahlua. No, Kahlua or Bailey's. You have to look it up, and it tastes like French toast. Oh my god, it's so
What?
good. It goes down easily
What?
too. It's when it goes down easy like that because you're numb
Kahlua
because it's
or
so
Bailey's.
fiery.
That's an interesting.
Good stuff. It's good stuff. I like it a lot better than Sambuca. It's too much licorice for me,
Uh,
but you give me some Fireball, and it is good. Quick,
you
packs a
know,
punch.
so one of my buddies, we'll get together at my buddy's house in North Carolina for an annual poker trip, right?
Yeah,
And my buddy's mom, I've known my buddy that guy for like 20 something years at this point, and his
yeah.
mom will send care packages when he comes to visit us, and it'll have like fresh baked cookies and stuff like that. The last time she sent down a care package, she bought those tiny little airplane size fireball shots that are all.
Me.
We had those things in the freezer for years. That's how many she sent. She sent a lot.
Wow,
Oh
that is a
yeah.
lot. We got a lot of minis for a fundraiser, and one of our board members created like this huge wreath of just minis. Or maybe it was a tree. It was just a mini tree. Oh my God. Somebody came over and said, I will buy all that out. Don't even worry about putting that up for
Right?
raffle. I'm going to make it rain on you if you give me those minis. I'm like, it's just a bunch of minis. They were
Yeah,
red,
but it
white, and
makes you
blue. It was
feel
like
like a
vodkas,
giant.
and people love that. Yeah. I don't like dry wine. Although 19 crimes, have you, or 19, nine crimes, 19 crimes.
Is that
Snoop
wine thing?
Dogg's, that's Snoop Dogg's with the label that like you hold your phone up and it starts moving and telling a whole story and talking to you.
Oh,
It's
okay.
crazy. Yeah, just go to a liquor store and just hold your phone up. You got to put the app on your phone, and then Snoop Dogg keeps telling you, oh, you know how he is, a really cool story. And then there's like an Irish story. They've just put out a whole series, whether it's like Pinot Noir or Pinot Grigio, whatever it is, and each label comes to life on your phone. It's
Mm.
pretty cool. I actually got a bottle of wine for Hanukkah from my sister the other night, and it's called Purple Rain.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to taste like, but I'm happy to have the bottle. So that's kind of cool. All right, we're moving on. We're done. We're done for the
Are
week
we?
of
That's
Days of
our
Hope
week.
and Joy. That was our week. That was our week. And I believe our big winner for the week was announced, but you'll have to go back to our date to pull that wheel and see who it was. It's on Facebook. I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure it was Sandy, one for the week. So yeah, that was a ton of fun. We've got some really good questions coming up that we're just into this week now that we'll talk about next week, and then we'll wrap up the Days of Hope on the following week. But before we do that, we have two more events coming up for the rest of this month. We actually have tomorrow on the 20th at 3 p.m. Eastern. I will be going live with Wes Michael, president and CEO, founder of Rare Patient Voice. And he's going to really talk to the community about why it would benefit you to join Rare Patient Voice and what your answers to surveys, what purpose it serves in the community, what communities it's serving. I think a lot of people just assume when you answer surveys, you're helping big pharma. That's a very small part of it, but it's an important part. You could be helping nursing students, you could be helping medical device companies. So it's a wide variety. He'll explain how we can sign up, how they got started, what we receive out of it, what you could potentially receive out of it, and he'll be taking your questions. And that is tomorrow on the 20th, 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on our YouTube channel. And then the last event of the year will be on the 28th at 7 p.m. It is our final uh, everybody welcome, everybody's welcome support group meeting at 7 p.m. And yeah, we don't have a guest speaker lined up because I think we're just going to maybe be a little bit of holiday cheer and talk about some of the things that we have coming up in 2023. So our January events will be up soon. That's what we have for the rest of December. Hopefully, if you're interested, you'll make it out and join us in one of these events. And without further ado, since it's my new favorite word, and hopefully I got the sound right on this, we always, the Aortic Hope board always likes to create a little bit of a holiday video and hopefully make you chuckle at our expense, but we know it's all fun and good. You're laughing with us, not necessarily at us, although you could be doing that too. So I just wanted to click play and let you listen to this and check out our board. I can get it to go. There we go. Do I have sound up? There we go. All right, that is our holiday video.
Adorable.
Hope you enjoyed that. Well, and you know what, it was apropos because we do have Hanukkah rolling right into Christmas time. What do we call that? Christmaka,
That's what it
Hanukkahmas?
said on the thing.
Yeah, something like that. So, to all of you that are celebrating, whether you're celebrating Hanukkah, celebrating Christmas, or upcoming Kwanzaa, from our home to yours, thank you so much for being part of our family. We hope you're enjoying the holiday season, that you enjoy your upcoming holiday. And thank you so much. While we didn't have any guests, I believe, jump in, we'll just hold on to our prize for next week, and hopefully people will jump in with us. It's hard. It's the holiday season, I know, but if you get a chance, please don't forget to click like, click subscribe, because we've got such great stuff coming up for 2023. You don't want to miss any of this. And if you have a moment, leave us a comment, even if it's later, and click share. It will be very, very helpful. All right. I think we're out. I think that's it. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy Kwanzaa to you, Josh.
And okay.